In this video, we'll be setting posts, preparing garden beds, installing edging, laying a lawn, mulching, and building a deck rail, step by step. Welcome back. This is the final chapter in our garden transformation series. And whether you've followed from the beginning or you're just joining me, you're about to see the garden really come alive. To quickly recap, in part 1, we created 2 curved paving areas at either side of the garden, using reclaimed red bricks laid on sand. Part 2 brought that foundation to life with the installation of the elegant curved brick path, setting the hardscape framework that defines this space. Now, in part 3, we're turning our attention more to the softscape, the elements that bring warmth, texture, and true vitality to the garden. To start off, I'm going to be adding a railing to this deck. It's not very wide, which means there's limited space to move around. One wrong step or trip here, and you could easily fall off and faceplant right onto the beautiful brick path we carefully laid in the last video. In Australia, any deck over 1 metre in height legally requires a railing for safety. This deck is just under that at 95 centimetres, so technically it's not mandated by law. But common sense says that with such a narrow deck and the hard surface below, a railing is absolutely essential to keep everyone safe. Before I set these posts into the ground, I'm giving the bottom end a good coat of timber preservative. This step helps protect the wood from moisture where rot is most likely to start. I've found that taking a little extra time to treat the posts like this can add years to their lifespan, saving future maintenance and replacements. It's a simple but effective way to help these cypress posts stand strong for the long haul. I'm going to be using cypress posts. Cypress is a good choice here, naturally resistant to insects and rot. It holds up well outdoors without the heavy use of chemicals. Plus, sourcing cypress from sustainable plantations gives me confidence that this wood is an environmentally responsible option. While I wait for the concrete to set, I'm going to start work on the lawn area. To begin, I scalp off all the old grass and weeds, clearing the ground and turning over the soil to give the new turf the best chance to establish. We're going to stick with the beautiful curves used throughout this garden and shape the lawn to follow those flowing lines. Curves add softness and movement to the space, making the garden feel more natural and inviting. I've ordered 2 different types of soil for this garden. First, there's topsoil, which I'll be using as the base under the turf. And for the garden beds, I'm using a special garden bed mix, a blend of topsoil, compost, and organic matter. This mix is rich and nourishing, designed to give plants the nutrients they need to thrive and grow strong. Using the right soil in each area sets the foundation for a healthy garden and a lush, lasting lawn. I'm spreading the topsoil around 100 millimeters thick. This step provides a good fertile base for the turf to establish healthy roots and thrive. This little cubby house will eventually be replaced with a proper shed, but for now, it's staying put. I'm making use of the old stepstones I saved from the very first video of this garden project. I'm laying these stones out as a path through the garden, but I won't be mortaring them in place. The plan is to keep them loose, so they can be easily moved when the time comes to build the new shed. It's a practical way to reuse materials and keep things flexible as the garden evolves. For the lawn edge, I'm going to be installing corten steel. This material gives a clean, contemporary line that works beautifully with the natural curves of this garden. It keeps the turf tidy and stops the grass spreading into garden beds, making maintenance easier. For the garden edging, once I've attached the stakes and positioned the edging, it's just a matter of carefully tapping it into place. I like to set the edging slightly higher than the lawn. This makes trimming easier and helps prevent grass from spreading into the garden beds. You also want to make sure the edging is wide enough so roots can't grow underneath it, providing a solid barrier for your garden. It's certainly not the nicest day to be mulching and laying lawn. Luckily, it's not cold, so working outside isn't completely miserable despite the damp conditions. Sometimes in gardening, you just have to roll with the weather and get on with it. To finish off the beds, I'm laying down a thick layer of premium mulch. Mulch does much more than improve appearance. It locks in moisture, controls weeds, protects reefs from temperature extremes, and gradually enriches the soil as it breaks down. For your garden, I highly recommend investing in good quality mulch. You won't regret it. It sounds like our lawn has just arrived, so I'll pause the mulching for now and finish it up later. Getting the turf down while it's fresh is a priority, and we'll come back to mulch once that's all done. I'm using Sir Walter Buffalo, a tough shade-tolerant grass perfect for Melbourne's climate. Its soft leaf texture and resilience to foot traffic make it ideal for garden and family use. Before putting the turf down, I'm going to spread a bit of lawn fertilizer across the soil. This gives the new grass the nutrients it needs right from the start, helping it establish quickly and grow strong roots. The concept of instant turf in Australia started over 90 years ago. Back in the 1930s near the Hawkesbury River, farmers began cutting sections of grass and replanting them, offering an alternative to sowing seed and waiting months for a lawn to grow. Today's turf farming is highly sophisticated, delivering ready-to-roll grass that transforms a bare patch into a lush green carpet in mere hours. Laying turf involves placing each strip tightly together, ensuring that there are no ugly gaps. It's best to make sure the joins don't line up by staggering them. I use an old bread knife to carefully cut around edges to fit the curves perfectly. Laying turf is pretty satisfying. There's something rewarding about seeing that instant transformation, turning a bare patch of ground into a lush green space in such a short amount of time. Once the lawn is laid down, I use washed sand to fill in all the joints between the turf strips. This helps to fill any air pockets underneath. If the roots are exposed to air, they can dry out quickly, and that section of grass might die. Some people like to use a roller after laying turf to press it down evenly, but I don't think it's necessary. With careful laying and proper watering, the turf will settle in just fine without compacting the soil too much. After installation, watering and initial care are critical. Keeping the soil moist, but not waterlogged, helps the grass roots take hold quickly. It's best to stay off the lawn for around 6 weeks while the new roots grow. It's a much nicer day today, perfect for finishing off the mulching and the deck rail. Working outside is always more enjoyable when the weather's cooperating. I'm going to countersink some screws to secure the top of our railing. Once they're in place, I'll fill over them so they disappear smoothly. Later, this will all be painted the same color as the house to blend in perfectly. I'll be adding some stainless steel balustrade wire to the railing, which not only looks sleek and modern, but also provides safety without obstructing the view. The stainless steel adds durability and a polished finish, making the space feel open and stylish at the same time. Now, let's get back to the mulching. Unfortunately, I won't be doing the planting in this garden, which is actually one of my favorite parts of the job. However, it's fantastic that the clients want to take that on themselves. Doing the planting themselves really helps them develop a deeper connection to their new outdoor space. Watching a garden transform season by season, year by year, is one of the most rewarding parts of working outdoors. It's a cycle of growth, renewal, and change. This garden, with its strong hardscape foundation and flourishing softscape, is ready to mature and grow with its owners. It's been a joy sharing this journey with you from stone to soil to turf. I'll see you in the next video where I'll be paving another big patio. Bye for now, and thanks for watching.